Yo, let's talk about this England squad. So, Tino Livramento picks up an injury in training. Not that we all couldn't foresee this happening, seeing as Tuchel has picked a squad that is full of injury-prone players that are playing with injuries and players that are playing out of form. So, Livramento picking up an injury in training that forces him out of the World Cup doesn't come as a surprise to any of us, I don't think. But let's have a look at his replacement. So, Livramento is the backup right back, but also a backup left back. So, his replacement could have either been a right back or a left back. Thomas Tuchel has replaced him with a centre-back. Now, I know Chalobah can play right-back, but essentially he's replaced him with a centre-back. And a centre-back that wasn't in outstanding form for Chelsea. No European football. They missed out on European football. I just don't see it. I don't get it. It just feels like Tuchel is definitely choosing players which make his job easier. Players that ain't going to give him, players that are just I don't want to call these guys yes men, but players that he gets on with, players that he can just tell them X, Y, Z and everything's going to be cool. Players that just make his job, just give him an easy, quiet life. But that don't mean you're choosing players that are giving England the best chance to win this tournament. So Trent Alexander-Arnold, I think the FA has put out a statement saying that he didn't get the call up because they didn't know where he was. And logistically, they didn't know if he'll be able to get to the England training camp in time. Is anyone buying that? I definitely ain't buying that. No way. You've got people like Jude, one of his closest friends, in the training camp. You're telling me Jude don't know where Trent is spending his summer. You're telling me Trent's phone don't work, emails don't work. What's going on? All right, cool. Let's take Trent out of it anyway, because we know there's obviously some personal. I feel like Tuchel doesn't like alphas. He only likes players that are just gonna go off the script. He doesn't like alphas. He doesn't like players that will improvise, that will take things into their own hands on the pitch. So yeah, personal issues for me with Trent. 100%. It's gonna come out soon. We're gonna find out, I hope anyway. I hope Trent writes a book soon and we find out exactly what's been going on. Because first Ben White and now Chalobah. Two centre-backs, really and truly. Cool, Ben White's been converted into a right-back, but initially two centre-backs. But okay, let's put Trent to the side, like I said. Lewis Hall. So right now your full-backs are Chalobah, Reece James, O'Reilly and Spence. There's only one left-footer, and the only left-footer that you've got in there is originally a centre midfielder. So why not bring Lewis Hall? A left-back that gives you a different option, a left-back that can overlap, go on the outside. We know O'Reilly's game is to underlap or to invert, find space in the pockets, crash the box. He can go outside as well, but that isn't his game. Lewis Hall, do you know what I mean? Out and out left-back, can go on the outside, touchline, bar line, do you know what I mean? Whipping in crosses. Why not call up Lewis Hall? I don't understand. I really don't understand. If anyone has the answers, please feel free to let us know in the comments, because I'm just confused. I just feel like, Chelsea boy, Chalobah, Tuchel, it's just going to give Tuchel an easy life. Is that what we're looking for? An easy life? We're looking for what? A holiday camp? What's going on? Let me know in the comments what you lot think. So again, Livramento is out, Chalobah is in. And listen, I'm not going to be surprised if this isn't the first of many, either maybe not have injuries so severe where they have to leave the squad, but the first of many to pick up injuries and not be available to play a full 90 minutes. We've already got Saka, who's talking about he's willing to take a gamble with his fitness, which obviously tells us that you ain't 100% fit. We've already got Reece James, who's injury prone. We've already got Stones, who's injury prone and only played about 20 minutes of football before the tournament. We've already got Livramento's gone, but we've already got who else has been injury prone this season? Bellingham just coming back from an injury. But to be fair, he's not injury prone. But we've got a lot of injury prone players, or players that ain't 100% fit. And then we've also got players that ain't in form. All these things that Tuchel said he's going to pick, all these things that Tuchel said he's going to use to pick players. He said, he's going to pick players based on merit, players that, availability, form. But you've picked a lot of players that are not fit, so they're not available. You picked a lot of players that are just coming back from injury, so they're not match fit. not sharp. You've picked a lot of players that are not in form. John Stones is not in form. You saw what happened when he returned for Man City against Aston Villa in the last game. Gay, although he's had a brilliant season, towards the end, we saw what was going on with his form. Reece James obviously in and out injury. Spence ain't had a great season with Tottenham. O'Reilly's in form. Livramento had a terrible season with Newcastle. Burn not had the greatest season with Newcastle. Chalobah not had the greatest season. Joe Conte's had a decent season. Ezri Konsa has had a decent season. O'Reilly's had a brilliant season. Anderson Rice, brilliant seasons. Maino's had a brilliant second half to the season. Henderson's had a good season. Jude's just coming back. Rodgers had a good season. Saka has had a poor season by his standards. Noni's had a poor season. Rashford and Gordon. Rashford's had a brilliant season. Gordon's had an indifferent season, let's just say, because he's been good in it, he was good in the Champions League for as long as they were in it. But if we're talking over the whole season, he's had a poor season as well. So yeah, like, I don't know, Tuchel, like, what? I just can't see it, I don't get it. But yeah, we're going to stay positive, we're going to hope that, you know, we're all wrong and Tuchel's right and England get the job done starting tomorrow, or when this comes out, maybe starting today. But yeah, let's wait and see. But let me know what you lot think in the comments.